You're probably wondering, just what can I tell you? Is it possible to get help online when you're in a crisis? Is it possible to do this without one on one? It is. It's hard to believe, but it is. In actual fact, when you're in a crisis, you are in a very, very simple state of feeling, I cannot. I cannot do this, I cannot overcome this. A terrible basic feeling that you've known all your life, but now it seems to be just highly exaggerated and stopping everything you're doing. It's more than the poor quality of life which you're probably used to feeling. And the big question is what we're going to do about it. My name is Dr. Michael Benjamin. I'm a psychiatrist, and I have been for the last 10 years been looking how to put all my knowledge, 38 years experience, online. I believe we've got the answers to this, and it's really quite simple. Let me give you a very brief explanation. What I propose is that you will go on and listen to about 6 or 7 different lessons which will take about half an hour each, which will interact, as you can see if you're on my Doctor Explains. If not, you should go to My Doctor Explains, www.mydoctorexplains.com, and there you will see the parts of the things of the page which is interactive. I want you to go in to the different questions that you're going to ask yourself, and this is going to be the homework for your next lesson or interaction with me. Of course, you can always meet with me online, but that does cost a wee bit of money because I can't make myself available as all the time. I've got to make money or at least feed the family. So let me briefly tell you what we're trying to do. What we're basically saying is, you remember as a child, every child you know, they've got a way of interacting with people which gets into a sort of vicious circle. If they're nice and smiling, people to react to them in a nice and smiling way. And if they're horrible or nasty or moaning, then they get themselves into situations where the people react to them back again as if in the same way. We always sort of end up in some sort of prototype way of feeling and being.
Hey everyone,
That's
thank
not
you,
what we
thank
were
you, thank you to
expecting.
begin with.
I'm
To
going to
everyone
stop
who
it.
sent me messages.
And there we have it. Now, when you tend to be anxious or depressive or whatever you're feeling just now, this really bad feeling that you've got, it's the sublimation, it's a sort of aggrandizement of what you have felt before in the past. This terrible feeling that you have, I can't do it anymore, I can't prove myself, or I'm useless, or something terrible is about to happen. It's like a super condensation of all the steam and horrible feelings that have been going with you before. Now, we can very easily stop this. We can stop all these terrible feelings and get you out of it. And we can get you out of it relatively quickly. The big catch is stopping it going back. Now, what we tend to feel with people like yourself is that for you, quality of life is not having bad feelings. You're going through two sorts of phases in life. Most people looking for pleasure and enjoyment, but we tend to be looking for how to not suffer. And if we're not suffering, that's as good as it gets. Doesn't get much better. So we're going from not suffering to suffering, expecting to suffer, avoiding it, and sometimes we just don't manage. We start suffering really badly. It's a continuum, but we have to deal with the two parts of this continuum differently. When you're in crisis, like you are probably now, we have to deal with this very, very simply. We have to explain to you why you're in this crisis. We have to give you different questions which you answer so that you can go back over to the next session and repeat and rehearse with yourself and get out of this situation. That's more or less what I'm trying to do now. This is very much a demo. I want to see how it works. Obviously, I'm not going to be dressed like this, and the light is going to be a lot better. Let's see how it is though all the same.